Greetings. Thank you for joining me for A Sacred Life, a new series of uplifting, empowering, and certainly well-timed classes that are presented to those of you who are truly interested, feel within your own heart, have a passion for wanting to take ownership of who you also are, this souled nature, this eternal self. I, Robert, have been serving the teachings of Michael for over 20 years, and it's my honor to be of service to each of you so that you may experience something that I've also allowed in my own life. For this sacred space, then, to feel safe within the physical body, something has to happen on the human's part and on the soul's part, the soul being that part that every eternal self set free. You have to have a passion for living as a human being. For a sacred space to actually feel safe inside a physical body, inside this physical temple, you have to want to be here. Otherwise, the body isn't able to really work with the energies that provide the type of radiance that allow you to feel safe. If you're entertaining the sacredness of life with one foot in the body and one foot in the etheric realms, the non-physical realms, you're going to find it very, very difficult to actually integrate that experience into this physical experience. In fact, we'll say right now you'll find it impossible to have an integrated life. Human is self-supporting. It is consciousness supporting itself, which is also you. When you move out of the separation of seeing that you are this, a human body in a human form with a mind that only knows what it knows, but once you allow the presence of consciousness to also support you, that ends the whole addiction to looking outside of yourself for affection, looking outside of yourself for appreciation, looking outside of yourself for energy to sustain you, looking outside of yourself to fulfill your own passion. Relationship that's being offered to each of you. The limitations of your own humanness can stay at the forefront of your own perception, your own relationship with life, or it can become something far greater than that. But for that to become real, what happens? We talked about some of the human emotions that interfere with this kind of bonding, this kind of state of enlightenment, this kind of embodiment. Those two emotions that we focused on were sympathy, a sympathetic relationship to life that gets you entangled in making others responsible for how you are feeling. Others have called that term victimhood. Empathy, a way to help others and help you feel a little bit more empowered, but still relying on others' response to you, feeding on their emotional response to your service to them. Many who have played the empathetic card found themselves burn out over a number of years, over a number of lifetimes, having given and given and given without giving to themselves first. And so we move into a different state of consciousness, a consciousness that relies on compassion, self-love, allowing yourself to be the most valuable thing in your life. But if you allow the presence of this part of who you also are to infuse itself into your soul, which infuses itself into the body, the mind, and your emotions, then your human spirit becomes a reflection for all of life to see, becomes a radiance for all of life to feel that you discovered something new, that became activated, was initiated, because you were willing to see this relationship with your non-physical self as being priceless.